Welcome back, folks. This is episode 54. It's about your paycheck. And today we are talking about the psychology of pay, how our salaries, how our money impacts our mental. Before we get into that, yeah, I know it is a oof, but I enjoyed doing the research and stuff and prepping for it. Some interesting things
Yeah,
I
man.
found. But before that, what's up, Walt? How you doing, sir?
What's up with you, bro? I'm good. No complaints. Yeah, no complaints, man. Just taking one day
That's
at
good.
a time and happy. It's it. Happy, bro.
I could see that about bro. I could see it's the last couple times that we've recorded. Your energy's different.
Yeah,
Your energy,
yeah,
you're lighter, you seem more
bro.
upbeat and
The,
seem
the
happy.
look, I have my challenges, my days, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
But I try to just sit in gratefulness and just
Yep.
realize when I'm complaining, I always see something on the internet and somebody's doing way worse than I am,
Yeah.
not able to stand on their own 2 feet.
Yep.
Things I take for granted, I'm able to walk. I don't need any tools or any chairs or anything like that to get myself around. I don't need
Yep.
anybody to bathe me or anything like that. I have a lot to be grateful for in my life, bro. I have hot water. I
Yep.
have a roof over my head. I have clothes. I have food in my belly. If I wanted to eat 3 times a day or more, I could.
You could.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And I'm just just trying to be grateful, bro. What about you, man? How you doing?
Heard that, man. I love that. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm getting ready to see some family this week.
Nice.
Um,
Nice, man. Congrats.
yeah, man. So yeah, I get to see some fam, like a little mini reunion type deal as well. We get to celebrate. Shout out to Mackenzie. Hope she don't mind. I throw her out there on her wedding and whatnot. And yeah, man, looking forward to see the fam.
Nice, man.
Yeah, that's about it, man. And instead of the news, I'm gonna come back for news. I love news, right? But
Yeah, yeah,
Walt
yeah.
had this great idea for a show. What he's really proposed as a show first, and I was like, man, what if we did this as a segment? Not only for folks and everybody, keep let's put our money where our mouth is.
Mhm.
Not only will it make us better, but we'll get to share this experience with the listeners.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do like a financial fitness challenge,
Yep.
and it's not only savings. It's because Walt kept throwing more. He's like, wait, let's do side hustle too, see what happens. All these things. And I was like, oh damn, man, okay.
Yeah.
So I got some updates.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I've already saved a bit. I found a DoorDash subscription that I was using at one point, and now I do not use any. I've realized when I was looking back, because part of this challenge is look back at the last year of your expending
Yep.
and download your transactions from, because we're most of us live digitally now. So
Yep.
all those tools, you can download your transaction. Look at your Amazon spend. Oh gosh, my wifey would not want me to do
Amazon.
that. Wifey actually hates this time of year when I do this because she's, oh my God, I know Amazon.
Amazon. Yep.
But no, not only that, serious though,
Yeah.
look at everything, whether it be coffee and lunch and out eating out. And sometimes you find things that and these subscriptions, are you
Yep. Yep.
oversubscribed? And what is it? Rocket, one of the apps out there is, oh, I guarantee they go around. Can you tell me how many subscriptions you have? Blah, blah, blah.
Yep. Yep.
And I, Anyway, I forgot about this DoorDash one because I haven't used it, and I saw the charge, and I was like, "Oh, whoa, no, I don't need this subscription anymore."
Yep.
Boom, I saved there, and I had already made an adjustment with, even though we still I eat out some days, I go pick it up,
Yeah.
right, instead of DoorDash or Uber Eats.
Yeah. Like my
Go ahead.
girlfriend, she is a stickler for that. She's like,
Oh, really?
yeah,
It's a New York thing.
let's just go pick it up.
It's a New York
Let's just
thing,
go
bro. I
pick it
love
up.
that.
Like you're gonna pay $2.99 delivery fee? Nah, let's save that money and just go pick it up.
Let's go get it. Two
You know?
shoot, that's it.
Yeah.
Is that with the subscription or without the
That's
subscription?
what
The
the
two nine.
subscription.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
See, yeah, because now without the subscription, I am. And then I don't even use the app. I'll just
Mhm.
call the restaurant, old
Yes,
school.
bro. Yeah.
Hey, Brian for
It
pickup.
save more money because they
Saves more
upcharge it a little
money.
bit, right?
Yeah, they absolutely. 'Cause
Yeah.
DoorDash and Uber Eats upcharge it and all that.
Yep.
So you save money for there. And then me and Walt have realized that we need to look at all our AI tools that we use for
Mhm.
the business, and we're gonna save something there as well. That's what I had. What you got? Oh, I got one more thing too, but you go.
No, no, go ahead.
Oh, I started my Robinhood account.
There you go. Alright.
And I used to do Robinhood. Before we started this business, I was in Robinhood hard.
So what is Robinhood
And
for somebody that may be
oh
listening and
yeah,
don't know?
thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Robinhood is an app that allows you to buy fractional stocks. You can get, and I'm there's other ones. Webull, Public, you said there's another one. I think Schwab does a version. TD Bank, I think, does another one. So they all have
Oh,
it now
yeah,
because Robinhood pioneered this, and that's what pulled me in because I was like,
yeah.
I don't have a lot of money and I want to buy spread. You can buy $5 worth of Google, $5 worth of Apple, whatever,
Starbucks.
Starbucks, and that was it. Walt actually just shared a post with me about somebody who was, instead of buying Starbucks every day, they were putting that money into Starbucks stock every
Yep,
day,
yep,
and showed how their money grew. I'm back in it. I reestablished my account, got a few about $20 in just to get
yeah,
started. And hey, if I could throw $20 in every time I get a little bit of extra money, every time I get paid or whatnot, or side hustle money could put in there, whatever.
yep, yep,
Look, let's take advantage. Trump's, I want to say campaign, his administration,
yeah, yeah.
um, promises to do big things for the economy and drive stock market up. Hey, let's take advantage of that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Some of us now, folks, don't take it as we're our Trump supporters or not. That has nothing to do with it. Yes, there's some crazy things, there's a whole lot of crazy things going on. Let's let's see things play out. Take
Yeah,
advantage of the economy of things.
look, yeah, yeah. And there was a something, speaking of Trump really quick, there was a he I don't know if he signed it, but he did unveil a executive order about, um, supporting the cryptocurrency market.
Yes. Yes.
So that may change. So it
Important
might
to
be a
do that.
good time to invest.
Yeah, keep it while you do. Just excuse
You know what
my
I'm
oh
saying? And
man.
so while Brian's changing the scenery back there,
Yeah.
but before I get into mine, I did have some other stuff I wanted to talk about for
For it.
mine. Like, so I don't know if any of you are listening that are sports fans. But I'm a big basketball guy. I like basketball. I like football, but my team is for basketball. The NBA is the Miami Heat, and so Jimmy Butler is suspended again, and I
I
just
wanted
don't
to ask you about
know
that.
the
Who suspended?
Jimmy Butler. This is like his 3rd time being
But why is he
suspended in the
being
same,
suspended?
like, the team is saying his activity are it's basically detrimental actions towards the team or against the team, and so they told him
Dang.
he was gonna
Do
come
we
off
know
the.
what that is? Can you say what it is or
So
no?
one of the things that happened is that today they told him he just came off of like a 2 or 3 game suspension, and they told him like, "Hey, we're gonna play you, but you're gonna have to come off the bench." And so when they told him that in the shoot around today, he just walked out of the practice. So they suspended him indefinitely. But because the guy, he doesn't want to be there anymore, right?
Oh,
He
who does
doesn't
he
want
play for?
Miami Heat.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Miami's not doing good.
No, they're like middle of the pack. They're like at 5. The record's like at
Is he at the end
22 or
of his
23.
contract?
Yeah, he wants like a huge like deal, like 55 million a year
Is he
type
worth it?
deal. He's taken us to the finals 2 times, but he hasn't delivered a championship yet. And
Mm,
look, I think that I don't know if he's good enough for it. He's good enough to get us there, but to carry it to get us the
the
chip, I
behavior
don't
is
know,
whack
man.
though. That
Yeah.
behavior is whack.
And then the other thing is I have is a crazy story about, I don't know if you saw it, about how Japan approved human animal
What does
experiments.
that mean?
So they're gonna basically they're calling them chimeras, where they're basically creating animals with human organs in them.
Optimize your business with a Workforce AI Edge powered by Visier. Make smarter decisions and achieve better outcomes with real-time AI insights delivered to every people leader. Explore more at visier.com.
Yeah, and so
Is this for real, bro? Is that a
yes,
real is that real
yes,
news?
yes, it is.
What outlet did you
So
get it from?
so the goal of this
I'm
is,
good.
go ahead. The goal of it
Yeah.
to have other to produce human organs so that in animals that they can just put into humans for like transplants and stuff like that. So they're testing that out in Japan right now. So while
That's
Brian's looking that
crazy.
up, I'll go back to what I'm doing for my fitness challenge
Yes.
and stuff like that. Is basically, I'm a creator. I make music sometimes, and a lot of the beats that you may hear when you're listening to the episode is stuff that I
That's
produced or
all.
made,
Yeah. All
and
of it.
all
Yeah.
of it is stuff that I've made on GarageBand or other platforms or whatever. And I'm just like, you know what? Why not leverage my gifts, my talents, and just try to make some passive income with it?
Yeah.
And so I signed up for a site, and Gonna be selling my music on there and see what happens. Look, I'm not trying to become some big artist or anything like that. If I can have an opportunity to make some income and just increase my savings and get some passive income coming in from just producing doing stuff that I love, why not? So,
No
did you
doubt.
find did you find it?
Yeah, you're right. It looks like you're right. Of course, there's some articles that are just taking it crazy.
Yeah,
If
yeah, yeah.
you look at the pictures, it gets a little wild. But yeah, there's some credible outlets that are
Mhm.
saying that this is true. This is great. Yeah, but it's like you said, it's not sci-fi. It's just
No.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're trying to do
Wow.
they're trying to do it to like, they're trying to do it to save human lives and, like that.
People, somebody needs a lung, a heart, a
Yep,
liver,
yep.
stuff like that.
I heard another story where a woman, she needed an organ and they took an organ from a pig and they put it in her.
Yeah, I think they do some stuff like that already. That's crazy, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Holy moly.
but now she tastes like bacon, I heard. Okay. With that being said, let's pay the bills, bro.
Oh my god. Go for it. Yes. Shout out to Time Track Go.
As you're setting ambitious goals for 2025, please remember that a well organized team is the foundation for success. In 2025, streamline your business operations with Time Track Go. They have a user friendly time tracking software that empowers you to get organized. So you can say goodbye to messy spreadsheets and inaccurate time entries. You can effortlessly track employee hours with their user friendly time clock. You can streamline those time off requests and approvals with their intuitive system. And you can automate vacation and sick leave policies.
Yeah. That look, and if, as an employee, again, like I say every time with Time Track Go, if your time tracking system is whack, if you're not getting paid right, if there's always issues,
Mhm.
talk to your human resource, talk to your payroll department, and ask them, pressure, what are you guys doing? Check out Time Track Go. Because if
Yep.
they're ready to make 2025 their most productive year yet,
Mhm.
then you can have them, push them to sign up for the free trial. Tell them it's free to
Yeah.
try it. We've tried this system. It works good. As payroll professionals, we sign off, we validate. That's one
Yeah.
of the things that we really took serious about our sponsor partners. We're not going to come up here and say, "Hey, go, buy this widget because we like it."
Mhm.
Like,
We
nope,
actually tried it.
we tried it. And
Yep.
being over 40 years of payroll, we're like, oh yeah, this works. This is
Mhm.
intuitive. This is smart. It'll increase your team's productivity.
It's
It'll
almost 50
reduce.
years of payroll.
Oh, don't
Wow.
say that, man. Oh,
Wow.
God. You know what? Say take our word for it because it's almost 50 years of payroll here. Gosh, man. Tell your payroll team this system will help them reduce the errors. They'll improve your employee satisfaction,
Yeah.
and it'll be more time to focus on what matters is making that money. Because if you're not worried about getting paid wrong, you'll be better. Like you'll be more apt to work. And yeah, I could do overtime if I'm gonna get my overtime hours. I can come and
Yeah.
swap shifts if I can make sure my shift if I'm gonna get paid right, or I could go to another department because if my punch is going to transfer properly. So don't let time tracking become a burden for you or your company, and let Time Track Go simplify your life and help you achieve those 2025 goals. Send your payroll department, your HR department this website:
Yes.
www.timetrackgo.com. That is timetrackgo.com. timetrack go.com. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, man. So let's
All
get
right.
into this. I'm excited about this topic. Get into it. What's up?
Yeah. No, it's tough
Yeah.
because it's the psychology of our pay, how pay impacts our mental wellness, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
And I don't know if we think about it a lot. I think that's why Walt says he's excited, because he's wait a minute, wow, we this is some stuff I don't know if folks are thinking about.
Yeah.
And one of the things is self-esteem,
Mm.
right? If you're making good money, you're doing things right, your self-esteem could build, your confidence builds a little bit.
For
You have
sure.
access to better resources, right? Because it takes money to get money,
Yep.
right? Scared money don't make money.
Yep.
right? But you gotta have money to not be scared with it.
So that's a
And
good topic there, bro, because a lot
yeah.
of people don't think about that. An extra $5 an hour could change
Oh,
where you
that's
go get
huge.
your medical care, your dental
Yeah,
care, and that could be life changing for some people,
that's right.
you know?
Or where you can shop for a
Yeah,
shirt, your clothes that you wear and
yeah,
things like that. Like just being able to have that resource, being able to take your kids out or your family member, your spouse out to a dinner,
yep,
date night impacts date night.
yep,
You know what I mean? Shoot, I remember when I was single, when I was eons ago, and I would go out and I would be like, "Yo, let's go out tonight, bro." What da, da. And I had a friend that was like, "Nah, man, I ain't got no money. I ain't trying to go out. What do I have to bring for a shorty? The opposites of females,
yeah, yeah,
whatever. What am I gonna say to this lady? You know?"
yeah,
And I'll be like, damn, man, like why you gotta you Debbie Down and come on, let's just go out have a good time. Ain't nobody
yep,
trying to you ain't trying to propose. Like just go
yeah,
out and have some laughs and whatever. But some folks are like that. So look at that.
yeah,
Like that was his esteem because his pockets was tight.
yeah.
He didn't really wanna. He didn't feel like he could even go out and have a good time.
Wow.
Of course, stress not only on yourself, but if you're in a relationship, that's a number. Those are really like what
Yeah.
is like the number one of the number one reasons people
It
get into it.
it could be a romantic relationship. You could be rooming with someone, you have a
Oh
roommate.
yeah.
It can impact
Yep.
that relationship, that friendship that you have with that
That
person.
that brings up. I've been in it, right? I've been in it.
Yes.
Yo, shout out to my boy Dave. What up, D? We roommate one time, and I shorted him on. I tried to short. I hope I paid you. Yo, if I didn't pay you back, man, I could pay you back now.
With interest.
No, whoa, I ain't got no interest.
Let me see.
Let me
20
see.
year, 20 year,
No, that's a lot of interest, bro. Yes, at least 20 years. But and I didn't think nothing of it, right? Because it
yeah,
wasn't a
yeah.
lot, but it's a principle of it. And
Mhm.
I don't think we're still friends, but we came. It was a moment where we're like, "Arr," was a difference in understanding, and it's basically put stress on the relationship, right? That was
Yeah.
the point of this,
Mhm.
and it was only a few bucks, but
Mm.
it was the principle of things.
Yep.
It was the principle thing, and I respect him for that because I look back at that, and it was a lesson that he taught me as a friend in that situation. And again, but it was a stressor on the relationship. This is one of the things that came out of my research that I like that was I didn't think of, right? Because some of the stuff you
Yeah.
think of, yeah, okay, if you ain't got money, this, that, and the third, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But this one is sufficient versus excessive income. So studies show that while an increase in income does improve well-being, especially for those who are starting with very little, the effect tends to taper off once basic needs and comfortable standard of living are met.
See, Brian's taking stuff from me.
What happened?
I said Brian's taking stuff from me.
Oh, you got
I
that
got a little
too?
stake. No, but
Sorry.
I'll be more detailed with the
Okay.
that's
The
all.
stat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then there's another one called Easterlin paradox.
Mm.
This is the idea that beyond a certain point, higher economic growth or much higher income does not necessarily increase overall happiness. Because
Mhm.
this is what we say: just because you're rich, don't mean you're happy.
Yep.
The quality of a personal relationship, sense of purpose, and community can become more important contributors to being once your financial security is achieved.
Wow. Okay. But look, man, we have some of the same stuff that you talked about. And look, money is a top source of stress for a lot of folks. Look, what's that stat we always talk about? A lot of Americans don't have $1,000 in savings in case an
Yep.
emergency happens. 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You can't even go to the store and get eggs without paying a larger amount of money for some eggs now.
Oh gosh, don't start with the eggs now. And then, but no, it overlapped. And see, this is what I love about the show
Yeah.
because some of the stats we start seeing it from different angles.
Yep.
What was the one that we did last week's show when we were saying that borrowing money from family
Yes.
and how the most common dollar amount that people
Yes.
want to
It's a
borrow is a
thousand dollars.
thousand dollars.
Yes. And look, to that point, look at this percentage here when in the section that I have. It says that nearly 60% of Americans reported that money is a significant source of stress. Is that 60% that same
Damn.
60%
Live paycheck
to
to
live paycheck
paycheck.
to paycheck,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
And so
Yep.
look, this can manifest things like anxiety, depression, and even
Hmm.
impact your physical health. I've known people that have been so stressed out, so depressed about finances
Yeah.
that they literally got sick
Yeah.
about it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Absolutely.
You know,
And then it's
look,
counterproductive because now you can't go and earn.
yeah, no, it's true. And this is how that's a perfect segue because stress about your salary or your money could impact your job satisfaction, right?
Yep.
Oh, there's a Gallup study out there that said that while compensation is important, that it doesn't necessarily need to lead to long term engagement or job satisfaction. But it says, however, fair compensation and transparency about how pay is determined are vital to employees' feelings about equity at work,
Hmm.
right? And look, another key stat there is that employees who feel underpaid are more likely to feel disengaged, which is 45% of those who feel underpaid compared to those who feel fairly compensated, which are only
Yes.
20% are disengaged.
And I feel like that's such a catch 22
Yep.
because you're disengaged because you're underpaid and you're underpaid because you're disengaged.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's such a catch
It
22,
happens.
man.
I've worked with people that were so frustrated with the job, and they just did the bare minimum, and they would complain like, "Oh, they don't give us raises. They only give us 2%, 1% this year. We got this. These people got that, or whatever." And they're just like, I'm not killing myself for this job. I'm not going above and beyond." But that speaks directly to what the point you just made, right?
Yep,
Like,
exactly.
because they don't want to go the extra mile, they get burnt out, right? Or they
Yeah.
get disinterested.
Well, I'm sorry to cut you over real quick. And where we are on time? Okay.
We're good.
So just I know that's why they say try to find something you do what you love. Because
Yeah.
you won't, right? Do what you love and you never work a day in your life. Stuff like that. Try to find, and I know it's hard. Some of us just take jobs because we need the money. But
Yeah.
if we could try to get somewhere close to what something that we like or love or appreciate, then being engaged, doing more will be easier. And look, and getting rate, and I'm telling you, I've lived
Yeah.
it. It's a difference between doing rate right, rising the ladder and
Yeah.
not. I promise you.
Yeah.
But I get it. It's tough to get to that point where you like what you're doing.
Yeah, and look, pay inequity, what happens to your mental health, it can worsen your mental health problems, right? Particularly among those employees that are underpaid or believe that they're underpaid relative to their peers or the market, right? So you might go to Glassdoor and see, oh, I've done it before in the past, like, oh, somebody with my experience and my
You
background,
should do it.
should
There's
be
nothing
paid and this
wrong
and
with
that.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, you should
Know your
know
worth.
your worth, but that could lead to you potentially feeling like, "Hey, I'm underpaid," and you may very well be underpaid. You very
Yep.
may well
How
be.
do you change that?
The pace of change in the world of business is fast, and that drives incredible complexity for the world of human resources.
Welcome to the HR Data Labs podcast, a series of conversations with experts inside and outside the world of HR on how to innovate, measure, and evolve our practices.
Our goal is to help provide you with practical examples of how HR has to change to meet the complexity of the business environment.
Every week, we'll talk to new and different voices on all aspects of HR.
And at times, we'll get irreverent
Silly, even.
and sometimes geek out on the data and technology that underlie the processes that drive the world of HR.
But the conversations are always insightful and fun. So please enjoy the HR Data Labs podcast.
Yeah, you can do that.
Right. And it doesn't mean anything bad for the company necessarily. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, and look, pay inequity could lead to resentment, burnout, decreased
Yes.
job satisfaction. There was a study out there about, I think, from the Psychology of Women Quarterly, and they found out that women who perceived that they were paid or they had pay inequity, they suffered greater levels of stress and poorer mental health outcomes, regardless of their actual salary.
I believe that. Yeah, I believe that. Because look, folks, it's sad because we're 2025 now and we still have not solved for the gender inequality, the gender gap.
Yeah,
Men, when we still, I think, what was it? And we just talked about this. We make a
yep.
dollar, women make 83%
83
of
cents. 83
every
cents. Yep.
dollar. So it's getting closer. I think the gap was bigger
Yeah.
before. It's getting closer to equal. So hopefully soon enough we can close that gap. But yeah, of course, man. I get it.
Yeah. So look, and then there's the point that you mentioned that It's called the enough point, right? And
Oh,
there's a theory out there that's known as the income quality paradox, and where beyond a certain level that you spoke to, but here they said in the United States is roughly $75,000 per year,
okay.
that more income doesn't correlate with increased happiness,
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
So
But
while
not
people
all money is good money.
yeah,
I'm
while
kidding.
people who make less may be focused on their basic needs, those above that threshold tend to have diminishing returns in
Hmm.
terms of well-being with each additional dollar earned. Because think about it, I've known people that have made six figures, 150,000, 250,000, but they can't go on vacation without
Yep.
taking their laptop or their phone. They can't they can't have a peace of mind. I worked for an investment firm before in my past down in Brickell, and the people there, they were in stocks and
Work
stuff like
around the
that.
clock.
They were worked around the
Yep.
clock, like
Yep.
all times of the day, like whatever. Even if they were on vacation, they were not on vacation. They were still working.
I give you a great example. One of the first controllers I worked for as a payroll pro back in New York when I first started out, the folks that I used to pay made millions, right?
Mhm.
And I'd be like, "Oh my goodness!" I was young, I was gawking at these. Oh my gosh, a million! Oh
Yeah,
my, I
yeah,
wish. And my boss, the controller, my boss, he was like, he's no, you got to be careful what you wish for because guess what? He
yeah,
can't enjoy his life the way someone else could with a different financial freedom.
yeah.
He has to work to maintain those millions. He has to, like you said, he's always working. Take your laptop. You're never
Think
off the clock.
think about it. I don't know if you paid attention these last couple of months of what's been going on, but a lot of athletes in rich people's homes have been being broken into.
No, wow.
Yeah, yeah, like Michael B. Jordan, a couple of
Really?
yeah, a couple of NFL players and basketball
Be
players.
careful with these fools. You're going to get shot up in there.
So, yeah, you very may well be shut up.
Yeah.
But think about it, because you have money and you live in some fancy neighborhood, some fancy home, that's another added wrinkle to that. Now you gotta watch your back everywhere you
Yeah.
go. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And then there might be people asking you for money. I'm your 65, your 65th cousin down the
Fifth cousin
line. You
on
know
the
what I'm
third
saying?
father side.
Like, hey, and look, these things happen, bro. So you're right. Having more money doesn't necessarily equal. Then the last
No,
thing I have
more
here
money, more problems.
is the psychological toll of underemployment. So, underemployment is a significant issue. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that 15% of Americans are underemployed, which means that they're working part time or in jobs that don't match their skill set. So, this misalignment could lead to feelings of feeling inadequate,
Absolutely.
frustration, or
Yep.
a sense of wasted potential. I worked with somebody, one of my first jobs was at Sports Authority, and I
Oh,
worked in the shoe sales part,
no
right? A-
wonder. Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
that was one of my very first jobs, and I worked with a lady, and she told me, "Don't ever go to school. Don't ever go to college." And I have 2 degrees. I have tons of student debt, and I cannot get a job.
I've heard that. I've
I
heard that a
cannot
lot.
I cannot get a job in my field for the things I went to study the school for. I cannot get a job. So I went back to school to get another degree, and I can't get a job in that field. And nobody's giving me a chance. And she was so frustrated because she went to school for all these things. And look, some people experience that now.
I know. No, I know. I always battle with that because I think there's still ways that I'm a believer where there's a will, there's a way. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get it. Folks
Look,
get frustrated with that, but I don't know. I went to college. I have a degree, and it's worked out just fine for me.
good ending
I
to
don't
that
know.
story, right, for her, right?
Oh,
But
okay.
she felt like that in that moment. But I think a couple of weeks later, or a couple months down the road, while I was still working there, she ended up getting a job, an entry level
Nice. See
position
what I'm
into the
saying?
field that she wanted. But
There
she
you
just
go.
had to keep applying. She's had
Yes.
to keep applying. And look,
Yes.
because lots of times those jobs that you apply for right out of school or right out of you get out of, after you get your certification, there may be some people in those roles that are better suited or more have more, because lots of times when you're coming from college, somebody has to take a shot on you, right? And
Oh,
so
absolutely.
that could make you feel like, hey,
Absolutely.
like for instance, I remember I took a course to It was a loan officer course that I took online, was dealing with mortgages and stuff.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And I passed the test, and
Yep.
I did and everything. But they said in order to get into the field, somebody's gonna have to take a chance on you.
Yes.
And this is when I was like still trying to figure stuff out. I had just gone through a divorce and was just like I had moved to Pittsburgh, and I was just, no, I'm done with payroll. I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna change my
Oh, wow, you never
yeah,
told me this.
yeah.
Wow,
And
okay.
so I passed the test, and nobody would
Take a
give me a
chance.
shot. Nobody
Yeah.
would give me a shot for like months, and I had to end up going back to payroll. And one of the reasons why is because I went from making a certain amount to now I have to make a substantially like 20,000 less than what I was at before. Start over that with that. I was just like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to go through that. And it was hard. It was a hard pill to swallow. And I was depressed. I was anxious. I was in my head. My mental health was not good around that time. And it was a lot. And so a lot of people are going through that right now. I just wanted to share that because I share my own personal
No,
experience
thanks
because
for that.
we can always share stories about our interactions with somebody else, but putting ourselves
Yeah.
into it that might give a different feel to the listener.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, no, that's for sure. Thanks for sharing that, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So let's end it with this. And you can be real with it, bro. Would you feel secure in a job without a higher or high salary?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, high salad. Look, I'm grateful for what I have now, but I think that in today's age and time, like I'm still middle of the pack.
Yeah.
And I just think it's yes, you can, but the psychology of it is definitely, it's on you, man. Like you gotta, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like for
Go
me,
ahead, go ahead.
if everything, and this is for me, and this may be telling on myself, right, because maybe it's something like I don't want to go through a hard time if I'm not making enough money. But if all my bills were paid and I was still able to be somewhat comfortable and there wasn't a struggle and I didn't have a high salary, I think I would be okay. I would feel secure in a job that was meeting my needs and I was able to save a little bit and I was able to do those little things and stuff like that without having a high salary. I think I would be okay with that. And I think a lot of people may not be. They may not feel secure having that extra 20 bands, extra 50 bands a year may bring some more security for some people. But going back to that stat,
Yeah.
like it says, like having that extra money doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna be happy.
It does not mean you're gonna be happy. Yeah, your finances are covered. A lot of folks is it's like Snoop Dogg said,
Hmm.
it ain't no fun unless the homies can have some.
No,
If you can't, if you by yourself and you got all these money and
bro. Look, think about it. And I wanted to say this, and I didn't know. I didn't want it to be distasteful or anything like that. But about the part where we were talking about money and relationships, and over time here a little bit. But when you make a lot of money and you have access to certain resources that you pointed out, you may have also have access to other people
yep,
when you make a certain amount of money. And when you don't have access to certain people, that can make you feel inadequate, right? For instance,
yep,
you may be a good looking person, right? And I'll speak to my experience, right, as a man, right, that dates women, right, and you may find a woman attractive, but one of her prerequisites to dating anybody
ooh,
may be,
yep,
hey, you need to make this level of income in order to
mm-hmm,
deal with somebody like me.
mm-hmm.
That can make
That's real.
that can
Yeah,
make a person or a man feel like he's inadequate.
yep.
She told me I make $75,000, but she told me that ain't nothing. That ain't ish. You know what I'm saying? And there you go, and then that could get in your head, and then you're beating yourself up instead of letting it. What it could be true.
No, I'm just
You know what
it's
I'm saying?
no, it's true. Look, I'm just glad I'm not in the field. I'm very happily married, and
The Warfield of dating,
in the battle,
the
yeah,
battlefield
dating
of
is
dating.
looks crazy nowadays.
Yeah,
Not just because I'm old, but yeah, and and I get it. I see how young folks, they're dating and they got, oh, it's gotta have this, gotta have that. I don't envy that situation, but
Does work feel like a show lately? That's because it is. Everything's changing: jobs, skills, tech, expectations, and somehow you're just supposed to keep up and stay positive and not forget to fill out your 47th engagement survey. I'm Rachel Bourne, host of The Shift Show, where we stop pretending work makes sense and we start figuring out how to thrive in the middle of this madness. No fluff, no buzzwords, just real talk about AI, leadership, burnout, and what the hell is actually happening at work. If you've ever thought, is it just me or did things just get weird? It's not you, it's all of us. Listen to The Shift Show wherever you find your podcast. Find me on LinkedIn, YouTube, or theshiftshow.net.
no, it's
it's
a real
tough.
thing, man. It's a
It's
real
tough,
thing.
man. Look, I hope Trump changes the game for us all and helps to boost the economy and people more jobs in America. In theory, he has some things that sound good. He's crazy as hell. We can't deny that. But
Hmm.
look, if factor in how it's impacting you, because at the end of the
Yeah,
day, this is,
you have to make the right move.
you got to make the right moves for you. Yeah, man, it's a good one. It's a good subject. We keep talking. Oh, I was gonna just getting excited about the next episodes and stuff
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah,
have on. I have a good friend of mine on. He's a nurse and he's gonna talk about the complexities of his paycheck and
yep,
understanding different pay. Nurses get like a million pay codes on
yeah.
their check because shifts,
Yes, yes,
differentials, and
yes,
this stuff, and we're like, what in
yes,
the heck? So finally, I've been trying to get somebody on, and some other folks said they would come on. I never followed up with them. Shout out to Ty. How you doing, Ty?
yeah,
And my boy is coming on. Hopefully, he's nervous, folks, so be nice. And but I told him, yeah, we're just gonna have a conversation, man. Don't worry.
yep,
And I'm looking forward to that. We're gonna talk about that. More stuff, man. Walt's got some great topics for us, and reach out to us if you guys have questions. We are gonna start to go live on our lunchtime, on our
mm,
own dime, on our lunchtime on Fridays when we have
yep,
the chance.
yep,
Um, so excuse us for be eating while we're on going live, but that's right. We're going to take our own time to get
yeah,
back to the folks because we really want to answer questions on people. We
yes,
need more
yes,
engagement in this show.
yep.
And guess what? There's going to be a chance to win cash. Yes, we're
Spread the
saving cash and
word.
investing cash, and we're investing it back into the show
Yes,
because we want folks to come on. You're
yeah,
going to win some cash,
yeah.
digital cash,
Digital
and
cash.
because we want you to,
You can
what
still
are the
spend it.
questions? You can still spend. It's gonna be real money,
Yeah,
but not crypto, unless you want crypto.
yeah.
Hey, that could be fun too. We could
It was-
give away some crypto, give away different things. We're gonna try
yeah,
to get our
that's how that
sponsors
works. Yeah,
involved to give some stuff away and give some cash
yeah,
away too.
yeah,
Come on, Time Track Go. Come on, other folks, get involved. Yeah, I ain't gonna call them out. Yeah, you gotta invest first.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, check us out. Pay attention. We're gonna drop the as we build up. We will definitely put out some ads because we've been just testing out different technologies. We went live on TikTok. We went live on IG, and
yep,
everybody, we got to figure out the right solution for it. But
yeah,
it's coming soon. We will drop the advertising. There'll be a chance to win some money, and also talk to us about what your questions are about paychecks. This is our life, so it's hard for
yeah,
us to
yeah.
know what you question, what troubles you're having, and
Yep,
what you want to know about. So
yep.
hit us up. We're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on LinkedIn. Let us know what's going on. Look for the show. Tell a friend and tell a
About
friend.
your
Please
paycheck.
hit share and help us grow, man, and learn some stuff along the way.
Yep. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Peace. We love you.
All right. Peace. Before we sign off, here are a couple quick things. Don't forget to follow It's About Payroll on LinkedIn and It's About Your Paycheck on Facebook and TikTok.
Thank you for being part of our payroll community, and thank you for being a part of this journey with us. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep going.